Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Bastide and we got our little starter village going here. We took a hit on our population. We basically lost half of them in our first episode. And the only thing I can think of is maybe it was due to the people we sent out hunting kind of got the horns instead of the bull. But we recouped at least one person. I let the game run for a little bit. We're at 3 times speed. And I can see that mouse sensitivity is still high, so apologize. Let me just see if I can fix that. Okay, edge camera movement. Let's turn that way down because when my mouse hits the side of the screen, we go flying across the map. That's better. Yeah, that's more manageable. Nice. All right, and again, it goes to pause every time you go into settings, so just make sure you kick it back up. We're going to stay at 3 times speed. We've got our 2 chickens wrangled, and look, they've already produced a third, so that bodes well for us, and we've gotten 2 eggs produced from that. The cow pasture, because we can only store 5, I believe once more come, capture that guy, I believe they get slaughtered, and we end up with some meat and some hides, and again, those hides need to be tanned before they can be turned into clothing, and we're going to want to start doing that before too long. We're in May. We've got some time to prepare. Let's take a look at the top of the screen here, top left. We can look at some of our key inventory items that we care really the most about. We've got 33 food, 41 wood. That's pretty good. 15 stone, 8 copper. Copper will be used for, I believe we can use that for tools and the armor. The tools maybe most urgently. We managed to get some more tools. We're up to 6. Now, I'm not sure how that happened, how we acquired more. And then clothes, we've got 13 and firewood 15 and then water. We'll just keep an eye on that. I think this well is going to serve us well for quite a long time. But eventually we're going to need to supply more water. Let's go ahead, and since we've got the wood, we've got 1 extra worker. Extra because we've got 1 doing the forester and 2 workers tied up here with the pastures. Let's get another house built because that's gonna drive our population. And let's go with, now they suggested wood house. Is that what we did last time? Wood hut. Let's do another one of those. They're not expensive. We'll rotate again with the Q or the E key. And they will kind of snap. Let's see if this guy can snap. Not. So we'll snap on the sides, maybe not front and back as much. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to leave a little bit of room in case we want to put a pathway behind here. I'll see if I can't get this a little bit straightforward. And we don't need it to be a perfect grid, but try to make it look somewhat neat. Check out our chickens. We've got the game speed on high right now. So now we're up to 6. We've only collected 2. Our cows are down to 4. We must have slaughtered 1. And then here's a little boar that's kind of wandered in here. It could be hunting. The boar is taking out our villagers as well. I'm not going to hunt boar anymore. I know they can be pretty violent in real life. I don't know if in the game that's risky. And again, we lost another person. And one of the people we have is sick. So we're going to have to keep an eye on things. Eventually, I think we'll pull out of this. We've got plenty of food. We need more workers for sure. Right now, I'm not sure we even have anybody to build the hut. Since we've got lots of wood, I'm going to take the forester off of that job. Just so we at least have a laborer who can do some work. I'll go down to 2 times speed. We've got a boar roaming through the village. Hopefully he's not wreaking terror on our people. Okay, maybe I will crank up the speed a little bit here, and we'll just keep an eye on things. All right, nighttime, not much happens. Everybody goes back to their huts to sleep. We can think about putting out a decoration here. Let's do a campfire. It is selected. It's just kind of small. How about we put it kind of near the well over here? Boom. And then we'll see that at nighttime. That'll light up. And I think the villagers will gather around that kind of at night. And maybe it has a chance of increasing their happiness. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, if we click on the houses, we can check the inventory and we can see that they're storing food in there. Food and water. And our food is getting a little bit on the low side with 8. But with only 3 villagers, maybe that's enough. Here is our worker. We've got a single worker available now with only 3 people in the village. And they are working on getting this house built, carrying logs over. We're doing all canned logs. We still have 37. There's one that was dropped. All right, our chickens continue to produce. We're up to 10. We got 10 eggs out of that. 30 meat already and plenty of hides. That's going to help us later. So we're just, right now, I'm just hoping to turn the tide here on our population situation. All right, there they go. Starting to build that house. Maybe it will bring someone in. Let's see what we've got. We've got a 26-year-old here in this wood hut. A 28-year-old Gelsey here in this wood hut. Then we've got a 25-year-old animal farmer, Felicia, there. So 2 animal farmers and 1 laborer. Let's see. Can we see where our labor is? Okay, yeah. I have a feeling. What did they do? Did they just grab an animal or a rock? Let's just see what this person is doing. It says laborer. They're currently looking to slaughter an animal. So they are out on the hunt. So when we queued up all those different people or all those animals to be hunted, that's what our laborer is doing right now, one of them. And I have a feeling this is how we lost some people. So maybe maybe that's something to avoid initially, is not hunting too many things. Like we just lost another person. But I have a feeling we're losing them due to these hunts. So let's just follow this person and see what happens. Now this one says fetching animal. Oh yeah, see here? That could be it. There's a bit of a battle there. I think that's how we're losing people. So All right, we just learned something there. Maybe don't set your people out to hunt animals early on, or at least pick a few animals at a time, not the 12 that I probably selected, because I think that's what's costing us population right now. I do want to stick with it though. I hate quitting a game early on, just when we're off to a bad start. I want to try and see if we can make it turn around. Again, we're at 3 times speed. This person's probably heading back. Again, it shows what they're working on right here at the top of this little information card. It says slaughtering animal. Okay, now they're hanging out by the fire. Probably talking, saying some bad words about me. We managed to get some more people coming in. Here's our status message is we've got low amount of tools. So we have 3 left. And then we had a merchant come to town, but we missed it. We don't really have anything to trade yet anyway. And then the other one that popped up here that we kind of missed, because I have it going really fast, was that a new family moved in. So look here. So here comes more people. Now we're doing pretty good. We're starting to rebound. I'm going to slow down the game speed because we've got some extra laborers. Let's go ahead and make sure we've got people working in that forester. I'm going to pop 2 in there, because that's going to be important for our building materials as we go. And in fact, I think I'm going to throw down another house. We'll stick with these wood huts for now, and eventually we will upgrade those. And hopefully I got that placed correctly. All right, we've got 2 pastures going. Let's see. If we look at our recommendations over here on the left side of the screen, it's suggesting a mine, a blacksmith, and a tailor. We've got a little bit of copper already and some stone. And I think the copper is what's used to make the tools, and we're getting low on tools. Let's see if we can't place the blacksmith actually first. Now, I've got an indicator that there's an enemy approaching. I don't think there's a threat early on from these guys. We'll find out. We'll find out. I think we're pretty safe early on. And I have yet in my playthrough to do any battle like the previous time I played. So we'll get into that and we'll discover what that's all about. But for now, yeah, let's get back to placing that blacksmith. I think that might be in production. There it is, blacksmith. And let's find a spot. How about over here, or our blacksmith, and that'll get us some tools. Let's look at our people list here. We've got 3 laborers. And just for me, my own personal preference, I think we want to keep at least 1, because they're the ones who are going to be doing the building, the resource gathering, chopping down those trees that we had marked. We still have a bunch of trees marked here. And doing the construction work. But we've got 2 others that we could have doing some different things. One will probably go into being the blacksmith. And then we probably want to build the mine as well, so we can get more resources. So let's see. That's probably in resources. Let's go to mine. And we'll place that, I think, near these hillsides is where this goes. And if we rotate with Q and E, let's just see. There we go. Nice. I don't think we can put them anywhere. They kind of go into hillsides. So let's see. Is that the closest hillside we've got? We could even go down here, I believe. But that actually looks a little further away. Let's try as close as we can get to our village so they're not having to walk so far. And we'll place this little mine right there. Boom. Nice. That looks like it's ready to take workers, so no construction needed. Let's go ahead and pop 1 of them in there. Okay, now we're down to 2 laborers. That's fine. And now the last recommendation is a tailor. But I think before we do the tailor, I think I want to get that gatherer building going as well. That's going to get us resources for medicine. We can see we've got 2 people who are here who are sick. I don't think they recover on their own. So let's think about that. I'm looking right now for the gatherer. So let's look at production. I don't think so. The healer's hut we're going to need to convert the herbs the gatherer gets into medicine. So that we are going to need. But let's first at least get the gatherer so we can start collecting some things. And they bring in food as well. So herbs, cloth, berries, and mushrooms. This is kind of an important building. Let's and it's got a range of effect here. Let's put this one out a little bit. And yeah, maybe over here somewhere. I'm going to rotate just to see where that front door is. Looks like it comes off the side. So let's pop that over this way, because we're going to end up placing more of them. So we'll probably place one over on this side. We may even have 4 corners kind of thing to cover as much territory as we can. So we'll get that built. You can see this one takes some stone and takes wood. We've got those resources. Once we run out of stone, we can get that from either picking up these boulders here on the ground. We've got plenty of them marked for our laborers to get when they get around to it. And then we can also, in the mine here, we can pick what resource we want them to bring out of the mine. So our options are mixed, which is self-explanatory, kind of a mix of the things that follow. Stone, great for building. Copper and iron, good for tools, and I believe good for the weapons and armor. Right now, I think I'm going to leave it at mixed, and we'll see what we get. If we end up with too much stone or too much of the metal, then we can come in and tweak that. And we can get up to 3 workers in here. For now, we'll just do 1. And again, we've got a blacksmith that's going to need a person here, and we've got a gatherer that's going to consume a person. So we're still going to need more people. Got 2 laborers now. Again, those are both going to get consumed by these production buildings we're building. So we've got another house here just about built. All the materials have been placed, and these guys are just hammering away. Okay, we can probably speed up the time. Let's go kick it up to 3. There's the building. Eventually, we may see a notice down here in the bottom right saying that a new family has moved in. I think right now we'll stick with these 2 pastures. And we may, let's see, how are we doing on wood? We've got 19 wood. I'm tempted literally to keep building houses. Just so we have a constant supply of labor. Now, the more people, the more food. So we're going to have to give some thought to a farm here pretty soon. But I think I am going to drop 1 more house. We'll see if that proves to be a good decision or not. But let's build kind of a little subdivision over here, I guess. Drop that guy down. Okay. So everybody is working away. We've now got 9 people. It looks like 2 more people have moved in. So we've got 4 laborers. I'm actually going to slow down time and think about how we can leverage these folks. We've got the gatherer's hut. That's going to take 1 of them. And then we've got the blacksmith. That's going to take another. But we still have 2. So there's at least 1 more person we can assign and still have a laborer available. Let's build our first farm. Okay, same thing as the pastures, I believe. We've placed this kind of very similarly. Click it once, then drag how wide. Click again, then do the depth. I think that tree will be cleared. We'll find out. Yeah, it's marked for being cleared. We'll see if that gets cleared. And then we're familiar with this icon now, indicating that there's nobody working here. Let's go assign at least 1 worker. And let's start with cabbage. I'm assuming that can be eaten right away. I'm not sure on the wheat if that's only for bread. It has to be milled first. But cabbage seems like there wouldn't be any further processing, so that's really the only reason I'm picking that. Oh, we've got 2 people in the foresters building, so that's awesome. We're definitely going to need wood, plenty of wood. And eventually we need to chop that into firewood before the winter comes. But we've got a few months. We're middle of summer here, or early summer. I'll go ahead and kick the time up. We'll go 2 times speed here for a second. Let's take a look at our pastures, see how we're doing. Look at that. 55 meat have been produced already. 33 hides. 30 eggs, and we actually got some meat out of our chicken farm here. And that's because we've reached capacity. And so I think now when the chickens reproduce, we're getting meat because we can only store 20, and once there's 21, that gets slaughtered and we get meat out of that. There's no hide. There's no chicken hide. So we don't get chicken leather jackets or anything out of this. All right, we got 9 people. Another building. Let's go to 3 times speed. I think we're okay. Can look at our mine. Now it says max stone 100. So we'll see what this all means. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if once you've mined 100 stone, then you cannot get stone out of this mine. You need to place another, or what that's really telling us. We do have the ability to upgrade, reduce the deaths. Okay, so mining's dangerous job. We could lose villagers here. If we spend 6 iron, which we have none right now, then we could click this button and upgrade the mine and be a little safer. All right, our blacksmith is done. Let's go ahead and assign a worker. And automatically they're going to make tools, as long as I believe. Automatically they're going to make tools. You can see here's a progress bar. So they'll take wood and then either copper or iron and build tools. If we want to stop that production, we would just take the workers out. And then if we want to make swords or armor, we have to place an order for that. And that's pretty simple. I just click the button and now we've got an order for a sword. I'm not sure if I can cancel that out. But yeah, anyway, so off it goes. Then it'll show our production statistics. We've already made a tool. Great. And then here's another one that we can upgrade once we get some more materials out of that mine. All right. Now we've got 6 people sick. That's not great. What are we doing about it? We are getting a gatherer's hut built. That's going to get us herbs. And then we will need one more building to convert those herbs into medicine. So let's think about that. That's going to be, where was it here? Not these. Tavern, cemetery, school, path, church. Nope, none of that. Tannery, healer's hut. That's the one we need. You can see our logs are getting low. But let's go ahead and get this placed. Maybe we'll put it kind of over this way next to our warehouse. Boom. Put it on an angle so we start to have like a little village feel here rather than just plain old grid. All right, we're running at 3 times speed. We're probably maxed out on how many people can move in here. These only hold 2 people. So those huts are all full. This one has room for more. So I'm not sure if another family will move in here or not. But we do have another wood hut being built. And again, eventually we can come in here and upgrade these. But we'll need planks. We need to produce we need to process the wood logs into planks at a carpenter's building. We don't have that yet. Early on, there's a lot of buildings competing for our people here. A lot of things that we need to get put down. Here we can see cabbage is being planted and gathered. Ideally, if we had more people, I'd put another farm down, or put a couple of workers in here to increase production. We're going to want to make sure we have enough food to get through winter. Now, when winter comes and things start getting sparse, we can start butchering our animals for meat, but that's only going to get us so far. So hopefully this farm will get some food stockpiled up. They also store food in their homes. Like we saw, this one doesn't have to happen to have any. Let's see. This one has one food stored. So no one's apparently, not many people have done their shopping yet. These guys did. They've got 6 food stored up. But eventually we need to get some firewood built too. We'll wait till we have more laborers. Right now we've got, let's see. We've got 3 laborers. Got 2 people working the forester, 1 blacksmith. Blacksmith still has a resource here to make tools. We've got 3 tools in inventory. That's not a ton. All right, our gatherer hut is ready for a person. Let's take one of those laborers and pop them in there. That leaves us 2 laborers to build and gather some of these trees that we had marked. Our forester will plant trees as well, by the way. All right, we're continuing to run at 3 times speed. Let's check the production of our mine. We've gathered 13 stone. We've gathered 3 copper. We have not gathered any iron. And again, those materials are being used for the buildings we build. Now, these little huts just take wood. You can see that here, 11 wood for each hut. Some of these other buildings are consuming stone. So that's where some of that stone is going. It's coming out of the mine. All right. And again, you can see we're not really leveraging the full farm field here with only a single worker. But the reason I'm not assigning another one is I want to focus on the building. I want to focus on getting some of these other buildings up. Okay, we just bumped up to 6 tools. We got 7 people sick. That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's see if our gatherer is getting some herbs for us. So far, got 2 berries, 6 herbs, and 6 cloth. Cloth will be used for clothing. I think the mushrooms are just used for food. Same thing with the berries. I think we may be able to make alcohol out of the berries. But the herbs are the ones that we're most interested in now because that's going to be our medicine. Let's see. All right, our healer's hut's ready. Let's get a person in there post haste. And we should start seeing medicine being produced. Here we go. As that medicine's being produced, it'll be consumed pretty much immediately right now by our sick villagers. Hopefully they will be brought back into good health. We're out of clothes. So a tailor building is in our future. All right, we'll just keep an eye on these potions and we'll look at the or medicine. We'll keep an eye on the illness indicator up top. Hopefully we see that drop down. Yeah, there it goes. It went from 7 to 6. So that person's being put to use. In addition to the herbs for medicine that the gatherer's getting, they're also getting cloth. Now, we need the tailor. That's the last suggested building. Let's go ahead and place that building down. I'm going to guess production, brewery, blacksmith, tailor. All right. How about next to the blacksmith? Actually, we can snap in here. Let's do that. Get that built. That's going to take some resources, 15 logs, but we've got 2 people working the forester building. We got 80 food banked up. How are we doing on people? I'm just going to double click that to make sure we got a nice sorted list. We got 2 extra laborers. I think we might want to put another person on the farm. Let's do that. That leaves us 2 laborers to do the building. And right now our next thing is the tailor, just so we can get some clothes going, at least some cloth clothes. They won't be great in winter, but at least they'll be something. We're in September. We need to think about firewood too. The 2 buildings I kind of in the back of my mind, or 3, I guess I should say, is We may want to get someone to start chopping firewood, but we can also do that through the winter. We could actually take our farmers and have them doing that in the winter, perhaps. The other building is the tailor, which we're building now. And then a third building might be a tannery, so we can start processing those hides, animal hides, into leather. And then the tailor will use those to build the warm winter clothes. So I think if we click on the tailor building, or we'll wait till it's built, we'll be able to see what they can build. And we're getting the warning here that no clothes are left. All right, let me bring it down to 0 here. And then we've got a merchant that's arrived. Let's take a look at that at the top of the next episode. We'll wrap this one here. Again, this is Bastide. You can get this in Steam now. It's early access. The developer provided me a key. I requested one because I really want to play this game and put it on the channel. It's a lot of fun. It's slow. It's a little slow to start, as you can see. But there's a lot to this game. So I hope you're enjoying the content so far. I hope you stick with me in this Let's Play series. There's a lot more to see in this game. And for now, this is Glidercat signing off, saying I'll see you in the next episode.